It's the Smell Me Helmet Podcast.
Those tres, cuatro, 1, 2, 3 and all, yeah. This is episode 9 of the Smell Me Helmet podcast. And I'm not going to say my name is Danny because I said this last week as well.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you all fucking know my name. My name is Danny. This is me partner in crime, Darren and all. And it's a bit of a different episode. I don't want to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but found out earlier that a friend of mine who passed away, unfortunately, after a long battle with cancer back in January, found out his birthday. He would have been 32 today. So I just want to give a big shout out to all the friends, the circle of friends of Andy Doran. You all know who he are. He was a man who marched to the beat of his own drum, and his love of Norse mythology and everything heavy metal and everything else in between. It's what made him very unique, and it's what made him stand out, especially going around the. I don't want to name drop names of pubs and stuff, but you all know where. But as you know, I'll say anyway. Fuck it, Fibbers McGee's, and Pillow Bar as well, and obviously Club Hell back in the day before it unfortunately closed down. He's going around with his own drinking horn. Like something out of Skyrim. Yeah. Like the Vikings out of Skyrim or something. That's the only kind of point of reference I have. I like something out of Game of Thrones. Speaking of Game of Thrones, he's a huge fan of Game of Thrones and The Night's Watch, which we paraphrased for the podcast. And I just there was so I'm actually going to put her up on this. It was, I probably should have looked this up earlier as well. But basically, do you know what I'll do? I'm not going to try and look for it now because it's just going to be a load of dead air and it's going to be all weird and all. But I'll put it up in the video itself, like the image up on the screen. But for those Game of Thrones fans out there, you all know who it is. But to paraphrase the end of that, I said at the end of it when he died back in January, I goes, "We'll drink again in Valhalla, brother," and that we will indeed. So Andy Doran, if you're out there, and I know you're out there, and you're listening from up above. This episode's for you, brother. But we're gonna swiftly move on there before I get all sentimental, because I kind of tend to do that in my old age nowadays. Well, years ago I'd be all too cool for school. So Darren, anyway, alright, we actually never did the rundown. Not that there's much of a rundown this week. There's not much to a rundown. It doesn't matter. No. Just that's what I said. I wanted to give Andy a shout out there because he knows his birthday and all. And a link you actually sent me during the week there, Darren. 2 people become the first to test a hyperloop transport. Something to do with Los Angeles to San Francisco in 45 minutes. Now, obviously, I don't know how long it takes to drive there, but I presume it's a hell of a lot longer than 45 minutes.
It would be
1,000 miles an hour or something it said?
1,000 kilometres, yeah.
1,000 kilometres an hour, stand corrected. Again, more on that to follow. And obviously all the fallout from Trump, Biden, the elections and the controversy with the mail-in votes and Trump not conceding. Yeah. He's refusing to leave the White House. Jesus. I think it might be getting the civil war that we were talking about there.
Yeah, well, as I said, there was a pie chart doing 68% of Americans think there will be a civil war. Yeah, come here. I don't think there's going to be a civil war. Yeah, hopefully not.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute anyway. But yeah, and as well, something I only seen yesterday actually. I think it was Facebook actually. Katie Taylor's fighting the weekend.
Yeah, it was kind of hush, wasn't it?
Well, come here. The media itself, she doesn't get much media coverage. Now I know there's a whole thing with the Irish media and MTK Global because of the whole. Hutch Kinahan thing. Yeah. They refused to comment to Irish media because the whole thing with the Hutch Kinahan thing, the boxing weigh-in. So I don't know. There's obviously it's something to do with that anyway. And also as well, something else I found out earlier. I missed our sunshine and rainbows today, folks. Eddie Guerrero's passing 15 years ago today. He passed away unfortunately, and we also said we'd kind of. I don't want to get too into it, but we'd follow up with kind of the whole Benoit tragedy, which kind of, ironically enough, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit were kind of best friends, kind of road wives as they called themselves because they looked out for each other and spent each other's money and bitched and whined and complained. They were each other's counsel and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, hyperloops.
That's silly.
Hyperloops. What the fuck? The future.
It is though. Like,
it's the future.
I looked it up there. 5 hours and 43-minute drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco.
Jesus Christ.
5 hours and
a normal drive, like at kind of average speed, or
like think about it, and that's in California.
I mean, it takes and that's just a drive from one city to the other in the same state, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's,
that state is bigger than Ireland.
Oh yeah, definitely.
100%.
And was it 5 hours and 44 minutes, and then it's in 45 minutes that could get you from San Fran to Los Angeles or vice versa.
In the Hyperloop thing.
Yeah.
The Virgin Hyperloop. Do you know what I'll read the little bit on it. 2 people have become the first passengers. Now, actually, hold on before I continue. This was posted up on RTE, actually. RTE.ie on Monday the 9th of November. So this podcast has been recorded on Friday the 13th. 2 weeks after Halloween. And what you call it? Yeah. 2 people have become the first passengers on a Hyperloop, a technology considered to be the future of high-speed ground transport. The Virgin Hyperloop made its first journey carrying passengers yesterday in a test the company claimed represented a major step forward for the groundbreaking technology capable of transporting people at 1,000 kilometers an hour.
That's crazy.
The Hyperloop is intended to carry passengers in small pods through a vacuum tube, very futuristic, with proponents arguing it could revolutionise high-speed travel. Virgin says the Hyperloop will be able to reach top speeds of 1,080 kilometers an hour, projecting a 45-minute journey from Los Angeles to San Francisco, and will produce no carbon emissions.
That is unbelievable.
That's literally the future.
Well, would that do? Look, see the way you're travelling so fast, right?
Yeah.
What would that do to your body?
See, that's the thing, like, would that be G-force?
Oh, that's
on a fighter plane and stuff.
But you think about it, imagine years ago, hundreds of years ago.
Even as more recent as 100 years ago, 1920.
Yeah, like, was there planes around in 1920? I'm sure.
But just
military and stuff.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, it was a 1911, was it? The Wright brothers flew.
Yeah. In
1911.
So
you know what I mean? Just over 100 years ago. Like.
So in 1911, there was somebody sitting in the sitting room, talking about the planes. Oh, I wouldn't say they're safe. Just the way we're doing.
We're talking about the Hyperloop.
Yeah,
it's mental.
So in 20 years' time, it's probably the way forward. Planes are going out the window.
I think the whole idea that's to make it commercial. Now the commercial airline is like the way we get on planes now.
But that makes sense. That'd be deadly here. I'd definitely give it a go.
100%.
Here, you want to go for a gargle in Spain? 10 minutes there down the road.
Hey, lads!
Think about it.
Jesus, Hyperloop. Like, what's a Virgin, isn't it? Virgin.
I think so.
El Richie Branson there getting loads and all.
Yeah.
Hyper.
He's doing well, isn't he?
The guys, he never finished his school.
He had the Bill Gates, so he never.
Funny enough.
Yeah. He was trying to kill everyone I know.
Conspiracies.
Yeah, no, he never finished. There's a few who never finished school.
But the thing is,
that are big up. Look, it's not Steve Hawkins. What am I thinking of him? I don't even know why he came into my head.
Go for his brown bread now.
Yeah, he was Albert Einstein. Yeah, he never finished school. I don't think.
No, but come here, listen. I watched the thing again. Ancient Aliens. Woo! There's a thing on Ancient Aliens about him. I'll actually send you the episode. Actually, it's very interesting. Basically saying that he was supposed to disappear or something.
Really?
Yeah, he was supposed to disappear. Some weird shit like that.
He probably did, because he was that intelligent. He was on the borderline of being crazy too.
But that he danced on that fine line between a genius and insanity.
A lot of people that have a lot of brains to burn are like that, and they be prone to depression, prone to feeling horrible and anxiety, and
because it's almost like they're too smart for their own good.
Yeah, and that can happen. Yeah. That can happen. There's I've heard of people who have a degree to be a lawyer, and end up in the madhouse.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. You can be too
fuck it.
intelligent for your own good, so you're better off being
Because you think too much into things
Yeah.
and you're too smart because sometimes ignorance is bliss.
better
In
off,
certain situations.
better off being a bit of a numpty. And
Yeah,
I'd prefer to be a numpty than be crazy.
that's very true.
Like when I say numpty, I mean somebody with a bit of intelligence.
An umpty.
Yeah,
They can tie their shoelaces.
yeah. Tell the time, count the money.
Count that money.
That's the,
Bit like me.
I'm like that too. So it is
We're all
what it is.
umpties.
Yeah, I'm not the sharpest tool in the toolbox, but like you'll get through life.
It is what it is. But yeah, that being hyperloop.
I'll be interested to see now what.
Where do you go from here?
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
Now that they released it, there has to be.
Well, I think it's just that testing stage, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it still has to be some sort of rushing her up if they're gonna be if they're releasing that to the public. They would have kept that under the hat if they wanted to keep it to them. Like, no, get it out there just yet.
Especially on RTE, though, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit like Fox News, isn't it? But as they're saying,
Fake news.
Yeah. Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. Actually, do you know what? I think that even though we're only 10 minutes in or just over, Joe, there's no more we can talk about the hyperloop anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, we're definitely gonna look further into that and see if there's any more developments on it. But speaking about Sleepy Joe Biden, the fallout from the election and Trump and the whole absolute rigmarole.
He's not accepting defeat,
Trump, but like the whole thing with the mail-in ballots and the votes.
I can agree. I can understand where he's coming from, though.
Yeah, no, I can. I'm not the biggest Trump fan.
No,
Don't get it twisted.
I think he doesn't care. He's, as I said in one of the earlier episodes, he's just a normal businessman in office.
He lied on his CV.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like what he took away the care for COVID and all that stuff. You know the whole what's going on.
Yeah.
He took all that away, and what he shouldn't have, but and he cares way too much about the markets in fucking the what's that, Wall Street?
The market, is it?
Yeah,
the Wall Street market and stuff. Yeah.
He cares too much about that, and you can understand where a few of them are coming from. But this is where there is going to be a divide but the Trump supporters and Biden supporters.
Yeah,
it will turn into. People, I'm sure people were stabbed already.
Come here, there's people that have been killed already. And, I mean, if Trump doesn't concede, are the US military going to take him out of the White House?
I think that's the way.
You know what I mean? I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you said this to me out there before we started, and I was like, well, hold on, I never thought of that.
I think that's the way it will. Look, if he refuses to leave, they can't.
There's no other choice.
Give him an eviction notice.
3
months there. Look,
pay your rent. You big fucking orange dope.
You pay a tax. 750 quid tax you only paid as well.
And your tax on top of that as well, little gimp.
But see, the news medias are out to get him as well.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
You can't even they're out to get him. Simple as that. And come here. Let's be honest. They sold Joe Biden to the Americans that got bras out sell a pair of knickers. do you know, like they did. Like even like it's two bad options. You haven't got a good option. You want to go with Trump, but he's ruining the country, as the Americans say. You want to go with Biden, but he's going to sleep on the job. So who are you going to go with? And China are rubbing their hands together, congratulating America.
I seen that in the news.
They know. No matter what people say about Trump is the only one that would stand up to the main leaders, North Korea, China and Russia and whoever else. He'd stand up to them. Yeah,
sure. Didn't the Putin, he's supposed to congratulate Biden, did he?
Yeah, because he's rubbing his hands together as well, because I guarantee you he helped Biden get it with the mail things. Like they're saying, I was seeing a thing, I didn't read it, but I seen like a thing online that they're saying people voted from their grave and stuff. Like them mailing, doing it through the mail is like... They're counting people's votes that are there, basically. Now, as I said,
just to get the numbers up.
Yeah, as I said.
Now we don't know.
I don't know.
It's speculation.
Yeah, I don't know if that's 100%. But Trump's lawyer,
see, you have to
seems to be like, you know what I mean? He seems to have it. Like he seems to.
But come here, listen. It's not what you know; it's what you can prove in court. Yeah. Not just U.S. court. Just I don't know about any of it. Although most countries are corrupt, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But the law, as in, say there's Irish law, English law, US law, or European law. It's not what you know; it's what you can prove.
They're taking it to court.
with evidence.
Yeah, so-
obviously. So
But come
we'll
here,
see how that pans out.
Sure,
Anyway,
it's,
how it
it's
plays
only
out.
at the coming out there. I was seeing it on now. I was seeing it on the Daily Mail. So
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt.
True.
It only came out that Biden has a Hunter has a son that he doesn't want anyone to know about with some stripper.
Now that's the thing. Now, come here. As I said, now that could be true. I'm not saying it's not true, but because it's an election, there's going to be both ways. Both ways. A lot of mudslinging.
That's what I was
Back
going
and
to
forth.
say.
Yeah,
that's,
I'm trying to think of it there myself. I was.
that's why
Political
it is happening.
mudslinging. You know what I mean? Just to kind of blacken people's names and stuff, and that's just unfortunately that's part and parcel of elections.
But if you were an American,
Yeah.
would you want Joe Biden to be in charge of one of the most powerful countries in the world?
To be honest with you, I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know. Just
This is going to affect us.
well, yeah.
People think, oh, it's America. It's not going to affect us. It will affect us.
The amount of people I see on Facebook, and these are people who I have on my page, slating other people like from over here, from Ireland, saying, "Oh, you should be more concerned with your own government." And I wrote underneath there, it goes, "These are the fuckers who are going to have control of the nuclear codes. This has everything to fucking do with us."
Yeah, of course it does.
Stop that.
And it's not just that, it's Brexit as well. Everything going on with Brexit. Because I know at the minute, with Brexit and the US, it's a bit of a rocky...
What was actually, you had to remind me of something there. You sent me something during the week about World War III, something about the pandemic, about England.
It's something, I didn't read the whole lot. I read
I read a few bits.
Yeah, and I was like, I've been pain in my hole reading.
It started getting into economics and
it's basically saying that
numbers and economics and stuff.
There'll be a World War III because of the pandemic, because of
the economy, basically.
Yeah, because it's fucked. What fucked? There's no ifs or buts about it.
Yeah, but see, you have to remember, England isn't part of the EU anymore.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That gives them more of a world war.
That's why.
More of it. Look, EU have no say in what they do, so EU can't compromise with them. Look, here, listen, just take it easy there. Don't be doing that. Your man Boris Johnson. Sure, what's his name?
Boris Johnson.
No, not Boris Johnson. Winston Churchill.
Churchill.
That's what it's going to be like. Boris Johnson's a like Trump. I've said it from the start. Yeah. Same with that. What is her name? Not Maggie Thatcher. Theresa May.
Theresa.
She now, you know what? One thing I'll say about Theresa May is she was fucking thrown in the deep end with no armbands. Like she that
was a sinking ship, and she was told, "Oh, here's the keys of the kingdom, whatever."
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
She was screwed. She was
designed to fail. Scapegoat.
Yeah, and then your man Boris will step in and save the day. Now, like, come here, might be a nice bloke and all, but I'd love to be given what the likes of Trump and Boris was given when they got COVID, because they seem to be fine.
Oh, they pulled through with flying colours.
Well, that's so we believe, what we're told to believe, that they've pulled through. But
either now, I'm not going to turn around and be like, oh, the pandemic is fake and blah blah blah. I don't think it's fake, but there's a part of me that believes that it's not as bad as it's being made out to be. Now, I'm sure there's going to be people out there listening to this who will, disagree with me with that, and that's fair enough.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
That's fair enough, but just do me a favour. Don't start trying to slate me in the comments. Right? If you're gonna, try and prove me wrong, come at me with facts. I'll have a healthy debate, but I will not tolerate name calling of any sort. The minute name calling starts, that's just schoolyard bullshit, and you can go and smell me fucking helmet.
Yeah, exactly. I do. It is real, obviously.
Yeah,
but I do believe that maybe it's over exaggerated a small bit.
See, it would be in certain countries' best interests if it was for control. I don't know what that was.
Can I just put it?
Yeah, go.
The people who come out of the woodwork after jumping on the bandwagon with the other people, with the lockdowns and stuff.
Yeah.
If they had that was my attitude the minute I heard we are going on lockdown. Why are they? The government is not designed to put us on lockdown. No. It's not their job.
No.
They're here to govern us. They're not here to put us on lockdown and say we can only leave at this time, we can only do this.
Curfews and stuff.
I'm not following the lockdown. I'll follow the guidelines. I'll keep me 2 meters, but I'm gonna go about my life. I'm not gonna. If you want to sit there and feel sorry for yourself and cry about these things, well, do it.
Your pop.
Go make a change. And yeah, you'll say it's for our kids, it's for our kids. Yeah, it is. But we gave them that power from the get go in March. In March. We gave them that power to lock us down.
When the new laws were brought in.
Yeah, and how do we know that them laws have changed? We don't know that. We're going by that gimply old radical, that toe rag.
Leo the leak.
Yeah, leaking. I don't even say what I was going to say next.
Don't
He's another goon that released a fucking document to his friend.
Yeah, I don't know the full story of that, but it's dodgy as fuck though.
Alright, so if you're walking past them at the hospital, right, you walk past, the person who was in charge of that would be in serious trouble. They'd lose their job.
Oh, they'd be off your pop there, yes.
Why is he still there with his stupid mask he had on? I was watching the video and I just wanted to punch him in the face. He fucking annoys me. Yeah, no, there's only so much that one person can listen to.
Yeah, it's a lot of bollocks,
he's talking utter scutter. He is. There's no, don't do that. And that stupid game with Micheál Martin.
Ask me how, man.
Yeah, it's sitting there with stupid receiving hairline. You sort that out and stuff.
Sound like a pedophile praise now.
He is a pedophile. He is. Fuck him too. Get him out. I don't want him in charge.
No.
This is the thing with the Irish.
He's not my Taoiseach.
No, this is the thing with the Irish. And that idiot is not me tarnished either.
No.
And this is the thing with the Irish. They're forced to jump on the bandwagon. But they won't go and do it by themselves. No. We're going to change this. You're not going to do nothing. You have a mouth like a born down migrant.
You're doing nothing.
Like, we need to go and change it. We need to change everything. Get rid of it. We didn't choose this government. We didn't choose the government, so why? Because they can do what they want.
I didn't vote them in.
Stupid Irish.
A vote of no confidence needs to be done. No confidence.
And that's what I think that's what the Sinn Féin are going for, is a vote of no confidence. But that's not going to work. It'd be swept under the carpet.
Of course it will. Oh, come here. It's God forbid to be held accountable for their actions.
But you know what makes it worse?
What?
It's the fact that he abused his power.
And it's quite obvious.
He was Taoiseach when he done that and told nobody about it.
Of course he told nobody.
And that little goon, Simon Harris. I want to thank everybody. he was involved in it as well. He was. Do
it again.
I can't do it. That was just rolled off the tongue.
I was cheating.
Yeah, no, but he was involved in it, and the face of him when O'Doherty, I can't remember. I think what's his name.
Don't forget to keep your social distance.
Bleeding thick.
I can't do it.
He was involved in it as well, because I think there was text messages between him and Varadkar.
Was that you sent it to me? Screenshots of text messages between him.
I don't think I sent it. I didn't see it.
No, somebody else must have sent it to me then. I can't remember who it was. And if it was somebody else, I'm not going to mention them for obvious reasons.
Yeah, no, I think it's something along the lines. Put it this way: the moral of the story is, I don't want that goon. Because people don't know this. People think, oh, he's just a tarnish. They'll leave him, let him sit there. No. Why should we let him sit there? Because in 2021, he's a Taoiseach. They joined parties. In 2021, that goon is a Taoiseach.
That's the deal. That's the part of the deal.
So, we want
coalition.
We want the bishop out and we want the priest out.
Right? Basically, the bishop and the priest, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to call them, because they're idiots. They don't know what, they really don't. And I'm sure it's a tough job in the middle of a pandemic, as they want to say. But we're going to be hit with the worst recession in Irish history is going to come after this.
Yeah, a world recession, not just Irish.
The whole world is going to be in
yeah, let's not get twisted.
No, but I mean, this is going to be the worst recession in Irish history.
Ah, yeah.
It's going to be the worst. It's going to be the worst. And it's going to be the worst
in the whole
world recession. But you know, at the same time,
and I think it might be onto something there. I remember you saying about World War III.
What's Ireland going to do with the rubber bullets?
Yeah, rubber bullets.
We're saying that the Irish Army are one of the best trained armies in the world.
Although he should smell me after a few Guinness though.
That's
germ warfare right there. I'm just saying.
The Rangers, is it the Rangers? The Irish
Rangers. The Irish Army Rangers.
They're meant to be one of the best trained.
Yeah.
In the world, like.
Yeah.
The Irish Army actually go to other places to train.
Yeah. They train in different climates and environments.
Yeah. Look,
that's smart though.
Yeah. Come here. I think if push came to shove, we give as good as we go. I have no problem fighting for my country.
I think the only thing that would let us down is the fact of the numbers.
Yeah, and we have no nukes.
Well, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, we're Ireland is everyone's friend.
Oh yeah,
and it's Irish people are like that, two-faced cunts. They all want to be everyone's friend. They want everyone to like them. That's Ireland's problem. We need somebody like Trump just to go here. Fuck you all. Who do you think is
too small? We don't have the numbers. That's why
it doesn't matter. Look at Hitler. He's great.
Stop that.
No, I'm only messing. No, he could do it. Because Micheál Martin's not one of gonna. He wouldn't go to war with a pair of socks. Like, he'll probably has his rosary beads out.
He'd probably try and go to war with a child. Hello, my child.
Yeah, he's doing more than that.
Going to war himself, the dirty
I was only messing with the whole Hitler thing. I'm just looking for a reaction. I didn't get the reaction I wanted.
No.
No. the way I look at it is, we can't go to war, obviously, for obvious reasons.
We don't have the numbers.
Yeah, we don't. But we're everyone's friend.
We are everyone's friend. But come here, us going to war with, say, for example, God forbid, America.
Yeah.
It's like playing tennis with America.
Oh no, sure.
We're playing tennis. And they've a rocket launcher.
Yeah, but come here. Listen, we're all right. Joe Biden's fifth auntie and all from Mayo. So
Fifth auntie's dog.
Yeah, so we're all right. Like
Fifth auntie's dog.
People celebrating out the country like it was this great thing because some tick got into. Like, stop that. Why you
So
letting,
far removed,
why
it
you
doesn't
letting
matter.
yourself down for? You
Letting yourself down.
no, they're letting themselves down. You don't do that.
Stop that.
Typical order, celebrating other people's success. Like, stop. Nothing to do with us. He might have came here when he was vice president, but what's that got to do with anything? Trump has a golf course down in Doonbeg, wherever it's called. Doonbeg? Somewhere like that. And people were protesting now.
Oh yeah, boy, the way you have to remind me of something. Sorry, remember, I think it was one of the episodes you were talking about Golfgate, and we were like, was that down in Galway? It was down in Clifton. That's Cork, is it?
No.
Is it? It probably is.
I'm not too sure. I was going to say, oh yeah, it is.
Oh, down there.
Some thick.
How would you imagine that working?
Fucking goons. Smell it. No.
We had Clifton, town of Republic of Ireland. That tells me nothing.
Yeah.
That tells me absolutely fuck all.
I'm going to stop hating on the government because I'm getting...
No, we're actually right. It was in Galway.
Yeah, so it was Galway.
It's in the region of Connemara, Lowehead on the whatever that is.
So how long is Galway away from Dublin? It's about 2.5 hour drive?
2.5 hour drive on the mostly motorway, yeah.
So, and when the government... So see, there you go. Once again, there's one rule for us and one rule for them.
And do you know what though? This is why, now obviously I haven't heard much of protests now. And Jesus, how long has it been?
Because they probably got put, a gagging order was probably put on them.
Yeah.
There's ways and means of going about fighting these people.
I mean, that's the last time, the last episode we didn't talk about, we actually didn't talk about the pandemic at all, actually.
No.
Was it the last episode?
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we talked about the pandemic.
I'm trying to remember, it was about well, I think the last time we spoke about the pandemic was the time they went down Dublin Portal.
Yeah.
I think that was the last
yeah.
time we spoke about.
But can you blame the people protesting and not believe it?
There's part of me now that's, like, just over the last few weeks, I'm kind of like...
I don't blame them.
You don't blame them?
I understand totally where they're coming from, but it's just not me. And you can't don't force your opinion on people.
No, that's one thing I don't like, shoving your opinions down people's throats. Because if people do that to me, that's going to make me not want to take your opinion on board because you're preaching. Don't preach.
I mean, I know people think it's a scamdemic.
Scamdemic, yeah. But or the plandemic.
Yeah, like, it is what it is. Like, we gave our rights away in the fourth. It's too late to go protesting. Why not protest for the right things? Why didn't you protest when Mary Lou McDonald didn't get into...
When you protest for homelessness?
Yeah.
This is way before any pandemic. There's people, like, homeless people now more than ever dying in their tents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and...
homeless families out there for Christmas.
Families.
Homeless,
small children.
It's never going to change because this government don't give a fuck.
It's wrong to the core.
They don't give a fucking bollocks about us. And there's families out there who are living in someone else's house who can't get somewhere, who are saving the sack of themselves to buy a house, and they can't do it.
No.
But they can buy a house. But what's the point of buying a house to leave yourself in debt? And sure, I think, now I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm 99% sure. Right? I believe, I read it, so I think, I'm sure it's true. Or I
read it on the internet. So it must be true.
or I created this in my own head. One or the other.
I'm sure somebody will correct you.
Yeah, I think Ireland is one of the only EU countries that actually, one of the only, not the only,
right, that
buy their own houses.
Right.
Most of Europe are given, like, social housing. Most of them in Europe are given social housing.
Right, okay.
But in Ireland, we buy our houses.
Yeah.
What it's drilled into was the buy house. Where did that come from? It came from the Royals. When the Royals were here, it all boils back to the Royals. And sure, look at the Royals now.
When we were under British rule, yeah.
Yeah. So now, as I said, I could be wrong, but I think that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And we need a new government. That government needs to go. Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil. It's been a fucking shit show. Like
if you look at, I'm sorry to cut off it, but if you look at the history, right, of political parties that were in government, right, from the formation of the Republic, back in, was it 1940? I think it was 49, was it?
I think.
Was it?
No, not too.
I think it was before.
Yeah, it was ages ago.
Yeah, years ago and all. But I'm sure it'll be corrected. Formation of the Republic of Ireland. Give me 1 second there, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry about the dead air.
Yeah, no, but the government need to go on. No one wants them.
No, December the 29th, 1937.
37.
Ireland founded December the 29th, so it was basically 2 days before New Year's Eve in 1937. Yeah, but if you notice, if you go back and look at the history books and who was in charge in government at the time, Fine Gael. Do you notice a pattern here?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a vicious circle.
It's a vicious fucking circle, like. And the only reason behind that is that the rich, the upper class, are voting these cunts in because these cunts,
Stocks.
like, you know what I mean, stocks
Yeah,
and money.
that's
and
what it
all boils down to money. You know, the bottom line. You know what I mean? The money, like, so.
That's what it is. It all boils down to that. But
If you think about it, yeah.
And another thing is, right, everything, right, I believe, I'm a firm believer and everything happens for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I'm with
Mother,
you on that.
right, and I'm gonna go off this completely, but Mother Nature, right, in a sense, Mother Nature, we're polluting this earth, right. This, we're polluting it, fucking plastics, everything.
Humans are the virus.
Yeah, that too. But we're polluting the earth, right? And we need to go on we're polluting the earth, and Mother Nature has a pain in the hole. She's like, here, look, get that bit of virus there, get that into us. I need a break. She needs, because let's be honest, how bad the pollution is probably the way it was millions of years ago, when we started to evolve into humans and stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
So, well, I'm not 100% sure. That's what I'm thinking of it.
Because obviously, I'm sorry for cutting off you there, but obviously, previous to the Ice Age, we don't know much about planet Earth other than, you know, what we're told and evidence of, like, for dinosaurs, fossils, or whatever, like, you know what I mean?
And I think she needs, sorry for cutting off you, I think she needs a break, and this is
what Mother Earth, yeah.
And you think about it, right? You think about in say New York, for example.
Yeah.
It's a big city.
Oh, pollution.
That was down 50% in March.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
sure. China and India and stuff they did before the pandemic had, like, one of the highest pollution, like, rates or whatever, like, you know what I mean, in the world.
Yeah, sure. China, that's why they go around with it. Sure, China wore their masks anyway.
Do you ever notice, though, the likes of, say, China and Japan or anyone kind of from Asia, I used to always see them in town, like, this, like, no, the ones that live here, like, over here, you'd see them wearing masks, and straight out, like, this is obviously pre-COVID, of course, I'm like, bleeding germaphobe, like,
yeah.
No, I'm gonna put my hand up, right, I was ignorant to it, I was like, bleeding germaphobe, what's wrong with them, weirdos. I'm gonna put my hand up, right, but now I know why.
You had the right idea.
Because
you know,
that's to stop them if they were sick. If you seen one of them with the mask on, they're not well. They're actually protecting you.
Yeah, that's it.
They're actually protecting you, but we were ignorant to it. We didn't know.
This virus is one in a century.
Yeah.
Virus, like, it's one that happens out, like,
the Spanish flu.
1918, the Spanish flu.
102 years ago, like, you remember the Spanish flu?
1 point something, was it million? Or billion? It was something.
It was a high number. Yeah.
I can't remember it exactly, but all over the world died.
Well, come here, do you not remember what followed after the Spanish flu?
No.
Well, I think, was that around the time of World War 1?
1918.
1918, because I know
1918 to 1920 it was.
The World War 1?
No, the Spanish flu.
I think the
World War 1 was 1915, wasn't it?
Had already happened, I think.
Yeah.
But obviously, years, like, after the fact, 1939, then you had World War 2, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like history's repeating itself.
Yeah, it always will, though.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's why people who are into the looks of The Secret and stuff, for the law of attraction.
Yeah, the universe.
You're mirroring.
Go on.
Slow down there, Darren. Your brain is going.
Your brain is going way faster than your mouth, and that happens to me also.
You're mirroring yourself. Yeah. So what you give out, you get back.
What you put out into the universe, you get back both positive and negative.
That's why, and always be careful of your thoughts. And you know, I'm not one of these preachers that's going to sit
not being an all guru and all.
Yeah.
Guru down and giving the loads.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yogi Bear.
Yeah. Just not going to happen. 1914 to 1918 was the World War 1.
So you were right on the money.
I said 1915.
Yeah, you were close.
I wasn't too bad.
You weren't far off either.
What was I even saying there?
You were on a good one there as well, Darren.
Yeah.
The universe. your thoughts create your reality. All
Yeah,
that
your
stuff.
thoughts create your reality. If I leave my house and if I think I'm gonna get into an argument or I'm gonna get into a fight with someone or I'm gonna crash my car, 9 times out of 10 I will crash my car. Like, so like,
Darren's had to send me a photo. I'm not going to say what it is. If he's behaved, though, I might put it up in the video.
what I'm saying is, the moral of my story is just be careful what you put out there.
Yeah, think positive, in other words.
And God is good, and it's a tough time for everyone, and everyone's mental health is going to be low, and it's not going to be easy because you probably won't get to see your family this year.
No,
somebody out there. Just remember, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
And we'll get there. And when we say we're in it together, we mean we're in it together. Not like this government.
We're in this together. It's what we do here at the Smell Me Helmet podcast. We can tell the government, all of us together, smell our fucking helmets. Even the girls and all, with their lady helmets. What they're making her up there. Lady helmets.
But yeah, I do think...
We really went off there, didn't we?
Yeah, just a bit.
It's great, it is.
I do think that... there will be a World War III.
It's
if I go. I don't want it to be.
No.
It's the last thing I want is
way,
a World War.
No way.
Jesus Christ, no. Who wants a World War?
Nope. Oh, hell no.
But would you go out if the Irish people are like, here, listen, we need a hand there. Any chance you go out and fight for us?
If you want me to tell people to smell their helmet, yeah?
I would.
Smell me helmet.
I'd do it on a condition only. I'll do it and say, you leave me family and me kids out and I'll go and fight, no problem.
See, that's the thing.
Not a problem, I would. I'd go out there. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of doing it.
No.
I'd fight for what I love, and I love Ireland. Ireland's a great country.
I don't like the government, but I like the country.
Yeah, Ireland's great.
Ireland. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, and it's people that are real. Now, I know earlier I was joking about, I'm just doing that to annoy people, because I know people are all pro-Irish. Like I do, earlier on when I said about them all being two-faced, majority of them are two-faced, but
there's good and bad in
it's
every
a great country. It's a brilliant country, and I would fight for my country. Not a bother. Just train me out to shoot a gun, and I'll be alright. I'd go out there and I'll try my best. Once they left me kids on, and my family. Once you
make sure they're looked after.
Once they put them in a bunker, keep them safe.
Yeah.
No problem going out the fight. It doesn't bother me, sure. Like every day you're fighting, aren't you? When you think about it.
Yeah.
Every day there's somebody out there who's fighting for their life.
That's true.
And why does it matter if you go to war or not? There's terminally ill patients there fighting for their life.
Yeah.
And we think, oh, it's great, we don't have to worry about it. Yeah, because we're not sick. So why not fight for what you love? And they love their life, so these people are fighting for their life.
That's it.
And we love our family, so we're going to fight for our family. That's the moral of that story.
That's the bottom line, because Darren said so.
I don't want to be a world war, so keep your world war to yourselves, pack of guns.
Keep your negative thoughts to yourselves, you negative nellies. But we're going to move on there, because you went very somber at that time, very melancholy, I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
I went deep.
Went ball sleep.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Ball sleep. But come here, Katie Taylor. Story with that.
Yeah, I only found out today she was fine. It was a bit weird. I don't know how she's not getting promoted.
But she's with Matchroom though.
Yeah.
Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, I mean he's well able to fucking promote Joshua, Dillian Moy, Chisora, Usyk,
Devin Haney.
But all men though. All men.
Yeah.
And that's terrible though. That shouldn't be happening at all.
It's the way it is though. It's never going to change. People say, oh, women should get equal rights. And they should get, I'm not saying they shouldn't.
100%.
They should have equal rights and get equal rights. But I mean, they say that, I meant to say they have equal rights, but they don't have equal rights.
No, they're like people are saying, oh, nowadays it's a bit more progressive nowadays, they have equal rights. They still don't in certain areas, especially when it comes to, like the women's bodies and stuff like that, the whole abortion thing.
Yeah.
Whatever, we're not going to go down that road.
We'll stick our foot down it a bit, or sure. We're all right.
Yeah, no, but I'm not gonna devote a whole episode. But
no.
Like right now, that does happen because we just did it just shortly before we moved on to Katie Taylor there. But we were just generalising about certain women in the world, like from certain countries, Middle Eastern countries, like you know what I mean. They're treated like second class citizens.
Yeah. Sure, I don't know where it was. It was somewhere in the Middle East. They only got a license there last year to drive.
To drive women, yeah.
That's crazy.
Was it Iran? Or
I think somewhere, Iraq or Iran. Oh, yeah, it was one of them.
Yeah.
But it's crazy though. Women should get the same as men.
That's mental.
Yeah,
That's
no matter
absolutely mental.
no matter where you are in the
Yeah.
world, women are the same as men. The only difference is they have a nice set of ditties on them. And I don't even mean that to be creepy or on. It can be creepy, but I mean, you know what I mean. The only difference
It'll
is...
make it even weirder because what I was about to say next. My sisters are women.
Say your sister has nice ditties, eh?
And he's talking about big heavy ditties and all. Making it weird.
You made it weird. I didn't say my sister has heavy ditties.
I know. No, I said... Don't be... Brilliant, Darren, brilliant.
Oh, yeah, completely went out there.
His face went purple that time.
Fat Barney.
Sometimes like me purple headed warrior.
With me big gloves.
Big love sword. Oh, come here, Jesus Christ, we went straight off that time. Oh, my face is purple.
Yeah, no.
Purple headed warrior.
I do believe that women.
No, equal, right?
Oh,
yeah,
joking
100%.
aside.
Yeah, sorry.
We're all having a laugh around, but I do believe
On a bit of banda.
women should be treated the same as men. But still, like, even in the line of work I'm in, if I went for a job and a woman went for a job, 9 times out of 10, I'd get a job.
The man would get it quicker than the woman, yeah.
Which is completely wrong. I don't agree
That's
with
not fair.
The way I was brought up was you treat women with respect. What was drilled into me was you treat women and how you'd like your daughter to be treated.
Perfect example.
I'm no angel. I've made mistakes. I've done stupid things. But there's one thing I'd never do, and that's disrespect my partner.
Yeah, or mistreat a woman, like, yeah.
Or a woman. Or any woman. Well, like...
Your partner is a woman, right?
Well, she dresses up the odd time, but yeah. No, like... you threw me off there.
Sorry, well.
Yeah, you treat a woman the way you want your daughter to be treated. I know you have a daughter, and I wouldn't like to think that some man would be treating my daughter differently because she's a girl, or speaking to her differently because she's a girl, and that does still happen. There is men out there who think they can take the head off women, but they wouldn't have bollocks take the head off a man.
Yeah,
because you know what's coming. Do you know that a man's not going to sit there and take
that.
I'm not saying a woman would sit there and take it.
Oh, come here, listen, dude. I don't think some people have met my sisters.
Yeah.
They take no bollocksology, let me tell you.
Yeah, but see that's a good thing, and that's
because it helped me that reared them.
That's the way it should be,
you know.
But like at the end of the day, there's no difference between it. I think women are great. I think what women are able to carry on their shoulders is unbelievable. How women are able to give birth. How women are able to do these things.
Without women, there would be no humanity.
I tell you now, a man... I can't even push a shite out without complaining. Seriously, and a woman pushes a 9-pound baby over and she's ready to go.
Yeah, she's ready to rock and roll.
Do you know, like, it's a different ball game when you see what's going on, when you've seen that diamond open. That's the that's just
I've never see. I don't have kids, and Darren has too.
Look, I'm not. No,
there's three. Sorry.
I just think I thought it was amazing that a head could fit out. Look, when you
something the size of a diamond.
No, like that's what it's like. It's like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, it's like a diamond.
Jesus Christ, Darren.
Like, I don't mean to be disgusting, but
childbirth, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's great that women can do that, and how strong women are to do that. Yeah. I went off there because I'm trying to be funny, but I should be really serious about this.
Yeah, because it's not something.
I think it's great that women do that. And come here, and I'd love to try that. See that labour machine that men can get.
I seen the video that you had the things strapped to them and it gave labour pains.
Yeah.
And lads were like, fuck this, get on me. Women now big time. I'd probably be the same, to be honest.
Like what women
just experience it, yeah.
What women's body can take, or what women can do on a day-to-day basis of how they can run a family and still make time for themselves.
Here's one for you, right? You know the way, did you ever hear the term, I'm sorry for cutting off, right, but this is just popping into my head there, right? Did you ever hear the term, like, you know, like a bloke to another bloke, like, you know, slagging a bloke, oh, you pussy, why? I don't know. I don't understand that, because they can. I'm not even being dirty. Being very serious. They can take a good pounding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're giving birth, and this is what you're saying. So it's a contradiction. But if you graze nuts, you're doubled over on the deck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
you don't have the balls. So it goes, why would you want the balls? They're weak.
Yeah, exactly. Like women are great.
No, I mean they can take a good pounding.
Yeah.
no, but you know, no, I'm not even trying to be funny, Darren. But that's solid there.
Yeah, they're great.
Right there.
But And I do believe that it's not changed. I think people
No.
want you to believe that it's changed and women are equal to men.
Oh yeah,
But
we're
at the
more
end-
progressive.
At the end of the day, they're not.
No.
Now, come here, like, don't get me wrong. I hate that. I hate when do you know what I like to see? I like to see a woman I like to see women. I seen a woman in a builder suit, like, cause it wasn't Halloween. Or
yeah.
Like I seen her going to work, like,
Yeah.
and I was amazed. I was like, that's dead.
Yeah.
One morning, and she was cycling, and
Yeah.
one morning I was going to work, and I was like, that is unbelievable. It's
I know
great.
a girl that's a plumber.
It's great.
I know a girl that's a plumber, and she's very good at her fucking job.
Yeah, well, don't.
She's very good at her fucking job. Let me
As
tell
I said, the only difference is men have a cock,
a penis.
a penis, and a woman has a vagina. That's the only difference.
Girls have a Venus. Girls have a Venus. Yeah, baby, she's got it.
Some men have a man joint.
Yeah.
Like some women have
They're
bigger
lounge.
balls than men.
Some women have bigger lady balls.
Yeah.
I was going to say bulbs. What's bulbs?
Lady bobs. No, but like
Lady balls, yeah, exactly.
I do think it should be more equal for women.
Yeah,
And
100%.
that's another reason why I believe what's her name? Mary Lou McDonald didn't get into the government.
If I'd have been a man,
It's
it would have
because it
been.
all
Yeah.
boils down to a woman being in charge. She would have been the first
Yeah.
female to be in charge
Yeah,
of the country.
in the country, yeah. First female Taoiseach, yeah.
Taoiseach, yeah. That's right.
100%.
I do think that's one of the reasons why Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil are like, oh, we can't have that because it's bullied. I call them the Eamon Ryan, Leo, and Micheál Martin are the real black and tans.
The unholy trinity, they
Think
are.
about it. I said this to me missus. It was like, when you think about it, the black and tans had the Irish on a curfew. What are they doing to us now?
Curfew.
They're the real black and tans, and they're in black suits. It's not a coincidence that they're always in black suits. They always look like they're going to a funeral. I mean, I just don't like them. I hate them. Hate them with a passion.
Anyway, Kate Taylor.
Yeah,
We went really fucking off there.
Yeah.
We went from talking about Kate Taylor for like a second. Women's rights!
Well, I do think women should have the same rights. So that's the
100%.
moral of that
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
And I think Katie Taylor should be promoted a bit more.
Come here, listen, I've been saying this in the get-go. Like, I literally, yesterday I found out she's fighting. Oh yeah, by the way, it's free on YouTube
Yeah,
as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put, well the thing is though, there's no point putting the link in this because it probably won't go up till, Monday I think.
Yeah, maybe Monday.
So yeah. But like, I'm recording a Friday night, Friday the 13th. Obviously the date will be in the description, but yeah, I wish her the best of luck. I don't know who she's fighting.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know who she's fighting.
But that's what I'm saying.
I didn't
We literally
look-
found out
I only
yesterday.
found out the other day that she was fighting.
I found out yesterday. Like, you know what I mean?
I hope she steamrolls her.
Yeah, I mean, I know the last fight I seen her was the rematch with Persoon.
Yeah.
Remember we watched the first one.
Yeah,
She
actually, yeah.
come here. Listen, I like her. I like Kate Taylor, but I don't think she won that first fight.
No, it was close.
It was super close.
Yeah, it was really close. Yeah.
She won that second one though.
Ah, yeah,
She won that second one, yeah. But she had to fight. She had to fight a lot different though.
I can see her going back with her dad. I can see her dad going
Yeah.
back to her corner. The different type of boxing of what her dad would have wanted her to
Peter
do.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Peter, yeah.
There's different type of boxing to what her dad would have wanted her to do.
Yeah.
Like, she's
definitely.
she's being hit weight. She's taking unnecessary smacks.
And she was always good at a counter fire, like. You
She
know
was
what I mean?
amateur.
Amateur
Well,
style.
no, professional and amateur is completely different.
Yeah, but she was a counter fire pretty much.
But she'll win tomorrow. She could be wrong, but I hope she wins
You
tomorrow.
might be eating those words down.
Yeah. Humble.
Oh, yeah, some humble pie.
Yeah, no, I think she will win. I can't see. I don't know much about the opponent.
I don't know who she's
I don't even
fighting.
know her name. Do you know what? I can't even remember her name, to be honest. I've seen who she was.
No,
fighting.
I genuinely don't know. I know it's hard. I know people are going to be like, oh, you should have did the research or whatever. But like, I would have if I had a fucking time.
Yeah.
These pricks, right? Don't be all judgy, you know.
Fuck them.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah.
Katie Taylor's going to win anyway. But the undercard is Gick as well.
On that card. I don't, again, I didn't even know there was a fucking card on.
Yeah, the undercard isn't. But I don't think it's great.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who is she fighting. What was her name? Gutierrez. Say that right? Am I saying that right? Gutierrez? Miriam Gutierrez?
Oh, Gutierrez, yeah.
Gutierrez, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she won't be winning any beauty pageants. I seen a picture of her the other day.
Oh, no.
Oh, not yesterday, sorry.
I'd say her body was full of testosterone at one stage.
Oh, yeah, she's more of a square jaw than fucking me.
Masculine looking at.
Hell yeah, story lads, name
All right, lads.
From Mexico now.
I have a deeper voice.
From Mexico. Don't know why I sound like from Dublin, but smell me Marie. The only voice can do, right? So fuck off.
Mexican.
It's
Double
fucking
the Mexican.
It's fucking dope. So I'm Mexican, right? Tequila makes me happy there, yeah.
Danny Ruiz Jr. Danny Ruiz Jr.
Danny Ruiz, Image me. El Andy. That was Mick actually on the Instagram. Dandy Ray tagged me, and he go Dandy Ruiz, and there was a picture of my head on Dandy Ruiz's body.
Yeah, no, but
or something like that.
When
Yeah,
he first fought Joshua, he said he actually looks a bit like you.
he looks like Danny. Yeah.
You know, you said who she's fighting, so, and it's for all about belts anyway. So
It would be for the undisputed, the unified.
this
belt.
was confirmed on the 24th of September 2020. See, she wasn't promoted.
She wasn't promoted.
It was confirmed, but why are they doing it free on YouTube? That doesn't make sense.
There's a reason behind that.
Are they fucking her over?
I think so. There's no revenue.
But she doesn't need money though. She's at earning her money.
Is she though?
She Katie Taylor's now worth to be about 3 million.
Come here. Do you think she's making the money that the fucking male fighters are making?
No, definitely not.
No, 100% she isn't.
I wonder what she is making per fight. I wouldn't say it'd be well, it's not at 1.5 million
for this fight.
She's the highest paid female boxer.
She's
trailblazing.
She's trailblazing for the women's.
But think about it, for Katie Taylor's whole career, she's been setting a pathway for the female fighters.
Oh, she's a trendsetter. That's the word I was
she's
looking
doing
for.
a good job. The only thing,
Paving the way.
I love her. I think she's great. But see that, I want to thank God, and God is great. And
God is great. Was it the man Al Foran doing the voice?
I said me prayers before my boxing match. You know, all stuff like that. Like, it's real. Like, come here, just be yourself. Just let loose there. Let the real Katie come out for a minute, because you can see that's
all. It's all a game.
Well, that's what I think. I could be wrong, but I do.
There's a wild bitch dying to get out of there.
Yeah, so she's being chained back. Just let one of the chains out there.
Just let the wild side out. You know you want it.
I think she's. You
want it.
Barry White.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Got me back with your ex-wife.
that got a bit crazy. You enough for joining a quiver there, isn't it?
One of them.
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
What was I saying? That caught me off, because that was creepy. It caught me off completely. I was like,
that's why I did it.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, no, she's a great boxer. She's gonna win second round.
Yeah, 100%.
Or she could be dropped in the first.
She'll be dropped in the second round. You're beating those words humble pie and all.
Yeah.
So sorry, anything more you want to add to it?
Yeah, I just hope she wins, and I wish Eddie Guerrero just promote her a bit more.
Yeah,
she deserves it.
He needs to promote her more.
She does
really
deserve it.
Yeah.
She deserves to be promoted like that. Like, even the BBC when she won the.
Did you want to claim or not?
Yeah, they were like, oh.
Did you? Was it? Oh shit! Was it yesterday or today? Yesterday. There was this fella doing you know, like it was like a documentary thing about fucking airports.
Oh, right.
About airports, but it was like airports in England. But he was over here in Dublin Airport, and he basically saying that, you know, Dublin Airport is one of the better airports in the British Isles. I'm like, and Dublin Airport on Twitter tagged your man, and basically said, listen, stop that.
Yeah,
Stop that.
What is that about? People are really stupid.
Fucking
Look, and now
clowns.
come here. They're really stupid. That's full on. That's full on stupid.
Trying to claim them.
Yeah, no, not even trying to claim it. That's just his stupidity.
Yeah, sure, he did that with your man Rory McIlroy, the golf player. No?
They can keep him.
No, but you know what I mean. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I know he's from the north, but
I
he's
know
to
against
this day.
him from the north.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, but like, no. I didn't mean like that. But just like, you think, oh, 'cause he's from the north of Ireland, he's British. He's still Irish.
Yeah.
He represents Ireland. You know, that's when he goes to play. Goes and plays his golf tournaments. He represents Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
This is a boy. His nationality is Irish, so therefore he's fucking Irish.
Sure, there's James McLean, the Irish footballer.
Oh, that's another example.
He's from the north, but he's like,
Derry,
yeah. But he refused to wear the poppy.
I say, I remember there was a big
And
rigmarole
order
about that.
over it because he was
I
playing in
remember that,
England, and he's like, I'm not wearing it. He wouldn't wear it.
I think and I remember seeing a couple of comments and stuff online. Oh, he's well able to take the English sterling. Well, yeah, that's the country he plays in. Yeah, obviously. They're hardly going to pay him a fucking euro, you goon.
He's well out.
But that's the argument. Oh, you're well able to take the sterling, the pound sterling. Like.
What else? Like,
Well, that's the currency of the country his job is in. So of course you're going to be paid in fucking sterling.
Yeah, no, that's just people.
It's just people nitpicking and stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
His beliefs are his beliefs, and that's fair enough. Like,
Sure,
you know
Paddy Power yesterday. Jack Grealish played for Ireland.
Yeah.
Then when England started to sniff around him, he went to play for England. Turncoat.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah.
that before.
Him and Declan Rice, Paddy Power.
Declan Rice, I was. Sorry, it was
he's
Declan
another
Rice. I
goon that went to play for England.
What was that? He played. He was on the Republic squad, wasn't he?
Yeah, he played in friendlies and stuff. Because he didn't play in a competitive match, I think it's some sort of rule where you can go and play for England.
I think if you haven't played an actual like a competitive match in a tournament or a qualifier of any sort, you can still go and.
I think
yeah, something like that. You'll know more.
Yeah.
You're the football man. So.
And basically, because he didn't play he played in a friendly and not in a competitive match, England came sniffing around. And
not to say friendlies aren't competitive matches, but they're just a bit more relaxed because they're friendlies.
Yeah, well, it's not competitive. It is competitive.
It's an exhibition, basically.
It's an exhibition, yeah.
It's an exhibition, exactly.
So he went and played for England then, and the Paddy Power were doing bets. James McLean to slide tackle Declan Rice and
really?
or Jack Grealish
at
10-1. And they had Jack Grealish. They had his name as Union Jack. Yeah,
Union Jack Grealish. Jesus Christ!
No, not even Grealish. Just Union Jack.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
on Paddy Power.
On Paddy Power. I think I might have took a screenshot of it.
Right. Yeah, he's checking his phone now and all.
Yeah, no, it was.
Union Jack. Jesus Christ.
That I'm sure I took a screenshot of it. Maybe I deleted the screenshot. Actually. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, Union Jack and all that.
Jesus Christ. Ain't terrible though, isn't it? Just the whole thing, like it's no neighbour.
Yeah, well, it's no neighbour if they're given a chance and then they just go and. There, what's the odds, Paddy? Union Jack and Declan.
Union Jack and Declan Rice. Jack Grealish.
James McLean Carter for a tackle on Declan Rice 10-1.
Jesus Christ.
So they were James McLean. He's a true Irish, like he.
Oh yeah. From what I've seen online, anyway,
he just doesn't care. Like he never got a look in with Trapattoni because he called Trapattoni out and he's garbage. Like and
come here. Listen, I don't know much about football, but
Sabatoni.
What I did see of Trapattoni was when he was in charge was just utter garbage, utter scudder. To quote you, Darren, utter scudder, and that's what it was.
Yeah. So, what?
Eddie Guerrero.
Oh yeah.
15th anniversary today.
Doesn't seem that long ago.
50? No, I was only Saint Germain earlier actually. My sister was up visiting, and I just happened to make that weird. Sorry, go. Making sex noise about your man. Oh,
keep in the family. More than bread and butter, you are, yeah.
Incest. A game the whole family can play. Rated R. What was the end up throwing me off?
Yeah. Well, I actually don't know.
Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was. I was talking to my sister before you made it weird. And I said to 15 years, he's like, I can't believe that's 15 years. I was like, yeah, 2005, 13th of November.
Yeah, that's when, and what's his wife started?
Vicky Guerrero is currently active with AEW Wrestling.
Oh, the manager?
Yeah, as a manager.
Yeah.
Her character is basically, not the way I was telling you about the whole, don't be no women here, don't be acting the Karen there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what
with
she
her
is.
short hair, she's one of them. You know, excuse me, big fucking high pitch, annoying voice.
She's like that in WWE.
But it's the same. It says she just brought it to AEW.
Remember?
Excuse me. Like they just, it's one of those shows wants to speak to the manager. You know the one. You know what I'm talking about.
She looks like a bulldog chewing a
Yeah.
wamba. she
looks like a bulldog chewing a wasp.
She does.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, she does. Love Eddie and all. She's a girl.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But no, she's a. You're saying that because she was good at a character.
That's what I mean. I don't mean her as a person.
As a Vicky Guerrero, the person. He's talking about Vicky Guerrero, the character. And do you know what though? It was genius. Because I remember when they gave her a job before, not after Eddie died, I was kind of like, they're throwing her a bone because
a lot of people
feel
thought
bad.
that.
That's what I thought. But she came into her own.
Yeah.
Remember the whole thing? Do you remember that thing with would have been about 2007, I think it was. She was the GM of SmackDown.
Something to do with Rey Mysterio, no?
It was Rey Mysterio was before that. I'm talking about, remember the Undertaker and Edge?
Briefly.
World heavyweight title
field had
going on. But that was the whole thing. Edge and Vicky and the storyline went together.
That's right.
They were married, remember the whole thing? That was fucking genius, that was.
But I'd say that was real awkward for her. Even though it's a storyline.
For Edge,
Yeah.
but listen, he's a professional, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although that didn't stop him fucking later though. Later, Matt Hardy and Fat Hardy, you know.
Do you know who actually she reminds me of? Paige.
Paige is a modern day version.
That's what I mean. Like.
Yeah. Come here, you have to remind me. There's more stuff going on with Alberto Del Rio head kick.
He's a
as well.
He's a gill.
But we will get back to Eddie though. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll get back to Eddie.
Yeah, man, that's the fella who.
Remember he was locked up. Remember we talked about him. I think it was episode 3 or 4.
MMA fight where the stupid man's gone.
Yeah, he got head kicked by.
Oh, I know that's
by
what the Nacho Libre, whatever that wrestling.
That's the tradition in wrestling, but not in fucking mixed martial arts.
I think it's a bit silly bringing it in.
Yeah, no,
because he's provisional vision. That'd be.
Per the division, it's like you're having horse blinkers on you.
Yeah, like you know that's I wonder why I didn't see the head kick.
That's why, because you got sparked, because you get hit by something that see, obviously.
Although I probably forgot it wasn't a woman he was fighting.
His. Get the jabs out, But anyway, Eddie Guerrero, we were going way off track there. 15 fucking years.
That's madness. It doesn't feel like that long.
No,
what was his brother's name that got the hair plugs?
Chavo. It's actually not his brother.
No,
that's his nephew.
No way.
There's 3 years between them.
I thought that was his brother. I thought that.
Actually, people think you're my brother.
I suppose. No, but that was remember that years ago. Do you know Xbox?
He said it to me. Remember? Yeah. No, that's why Xbox the wrestler wears green because he's sponsored by Xbox. Trying to wind me up here. That's why he's not called Xbox. It's Xbox.
I definitely should have been eating crayons years ago.
Green Xbox colour crayons.
With a green helmet.
Get the smell into you. But Eddie poured out Eddie there. What was that? Heart failure.
That was over the medication and steroids and whatnot.
He had an addiction and he was clean obviously at the time. He was after sobering up and he was an alcoholic and he was addicted to prescription drugs and he obviously cleaned his life. He cleaned his life up, but he was on the steroids as well. Let's call a fucking spade a spade. He was on the juice.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that has been a common thing with wrestlers from around that era and before that. It was all heart related problems.
Yeah.
Because their hearts. You have to remember that they're taking human growth hormones and they're taking obviously say if they're had to be taking these prescription drugs called somas, which are muscle relaxers. Watch your heart.
Yeah,
a muscle.
Yeah.
Just take too many of them after a while, it's going to weaken it to the point where it stops.
That's true, actually, and that's what happened to him.
And that's what happened. It was just a prolonged effect from his addictions and stuff. His body.
34.
He was coming out on 37. He was a year older than me.
Oh, I thought he was younger.
No, he was 38 years of age when he died. You know what I mean? Like a year older than I am now. Do you know what I mean? That's just. It was only when I seen it today, and he was 38. I was like, when he died, I was like, fucking hell. That's just.
It's nuts, isn't it?
You know,
like when
I'm actually after getting goosebumps.
When you think about all what his body has been through, and then he got clean, and he got off everything, and then died.
Like that's what it was. Eddie grew into a huge wrestling family. Obviously, the Guerreros, they were very famous. Well, obviously his father, Gory Guerrero. Obviously, I'm not going to go into details with dates and stuff like that, but he was very, very famous in the 60s and the 70s as well. Then obviously, him and his wife, they had children, and then the older Guerrero brothers, Mando, Hector. I'm trying to remember the names. This is just off the top of my head. By the way,
wrestling now though.
They're old enough now, but he has a brother Hector that's the ringer for him.
Really?
His brother Hector is like an older version of Eddie.
Oh, well,
yeah. He did. Hector actually had a spell in TNA in the around the kind of early mid 2000s actually. Oh, when it kind of only really took off a couple of years after it took off. I think that started in 2002. But yeah, Hector, Mando. There's Chavo Senior, Chavo's Guerrero's father, or Chavo Classic. He was actually a former cruiserweight champion.
Oh, I never.
Yeah. Around the time this is when I think Eddie was there as well. Well, I think it was was Eddie there actually? I was there afterwards. I'm not sure. I could be corrected on that. But yeah, there was Mando, Hector, Chavo, Eddie. I'm sure, and then obviously they had sisters as well. But they were the lads who wrestled, and obviously Eddie being the baby of the family.
Yeah.
Eddie, there was an
Good
age gap.
like.
There was an age gap between whoever the youngest brother was before Eddie and then Eddie himself. But Chavo Senior, obviously his wife gave birth to Chavo Junior, who we know
As the brother.
hair plugs,
Yeah.
as you call them. But they grew up as brothers basically because there's only 3 years
That's crazy.
between them. They grew up as brothers,
Uncle and nephew, like.
the uncle and nephew. Like they basically, you know the way like we when we learned to walk, like we're holding furniture. They learned to walk in a wrestling ring.
That's
Darren,
mad, isn't it?
in a wrestling ring. It's in their DNA, it's in their blood. And that's why Eddie was just top of his game because it's what he knows. It's what he knew, like, you know what I mean?
He was unbelievable at wrestling.
Jesus, just like and the thing was though, obviously I didn't watch any of his stuff in WCW at the time in the mid 90s. It was only kind of when he came to WWE, and then obviously, you know, wrestling magazines at the time, you know, because you remember Darren, I used to have stacks of wrestling magazines. Like I'd obviously often see the pictures, you know, and he had matches with Dean Malenko and ECW. I think it was 95. Dean Malenko and Benoit as well, and do you know what I mean? Just they were just classic matches.
It's mad how two superstars, Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. Look, and then they're just gone like that. Like, you know, now Benoit had a different type of.
It was a different. That was a different story.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, I mean,
he actually done his finisher. Well, that's
speculator.
Yeah,
I think people are just being bad-minded cons.
Probably
just trying to be like, oh, you must have gave them a cripple across.
Yeah, sure. I remember
stop being a sick cunt. Like,
I
you know what I mean?
heard the people are like, oh, and his kid was Down syndrome, and I don't even think that was true, was it?
Again, I read it on the internet. So just because you read it on the internet doesn't mean it's true. But again, this is purely speculation. He had a condition called Fragile X.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before that.
That's the.
It's I think
isn't it?
What's it?
It's something to do with his brain or something.
I think it's something with genetics or something like that. I don't know. Come here, as I said, I never heard it before. But I think it was something about it's something to do with his development. He wasn't developing faster than, you know, normal kids his age.
Yeah.
So the rumour was he was giving him growth hormones.
Oh,
Supposedly, I don't know if it's true. He was supposed to be giving his child growth hormones, but kind of based on kind of other, you know, wrestling biographies and stuff that I read and people who spoke about him, the one constant was he was a very quiet man, and he was always kind of very, very deep in thought, and you know, he would, you know, he'd only had like a very small circle of friends, you know, being Eddie, Dean Malenko, and even to an extent Chris Jericho as well, the Canadian connection, like, you know what I mean, all that. There was always kind of that Canadian Mexican kind of connection, you know. But it was just
like what exactly what happened? Like I remember bits, but I don't remember. I know
about the Benoit thing.
Yeah, like.
Oh well, basically it was a double murder suicide. It was over a weekend in June of 2007. I don't know the exact date, 20-something of June 2007. But like even to this day, like watching documentary, even that there was a thing called Dark Side of the Ring, a voice, Dark Side of the Ring. They've done in the last couple of months, and even before that, they did a series of kind of wrestling style documentaries, you know, about kind of wrestling stuff that happened in the wrestling business. In this case, the Benoit tragedy. They actually did one with Owen Hart as well. Remember about when he fell, and you know, they did all, and then the Legion of Doom Road Warriors and that type of thing. But I remember watching the one about Benoit, and just as I said, the one constant about that was just everyone was just like the couple of months leading up to that, just strange our character behaviour.
Really,
he was displaying. Yeah, like I think after he died, his father found like a diary, and it had all like scripture and, you know, like biblical scripture. Benoit wasn't religious.
That's crazy.
He wasn't.
That's a bit weird.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, do you remember a fella who used to be in WWE years ago, Chris Nowinski? He was part of the Force Tough Enough blonde fella.
I know the name, yeah.
Blonde fella, right? Now he had to give up wrestling because of brain injury, concussions.
Yeah.
Right. Now he actually, because he had done college beforehand, but I think he went off and finished his schooling, and now he studies brain injuries and stuff. He's a neurologist.
Yeah, so he
or something like that, right? He that was a part of it. See, that was a part of the thing because when Benoit hit the headbutt, he hit it, but he was damaging himself because he was the what I call the old school wrestler mentality of real is better, but he was damaging himself. That goes back to what we were saying. I think it was last week about like wearing headgear and stuff, like not wrestling, but like in football.
Yeah,
for the headers and stuff, it was kind of
going to ban the headers.
We were going to ban headers in football. I think that's how we ended up talking about Benoit. But just that whole thing with Benoit was just over the years. It was actually he got that moveset, the flying headbutt, from a fella called the Dynamite Kid, Tom Billington, who used to be the British Bulldogs tag team partner in the 80s.
Oh, right.
Called the British Bulldogs. Right, he grew up idolising the Dynamite Kid. But Tom Billington told him, stop doing the move. He told him to stop doing the move. You're going to hurt yourself. This is in Benoit's early days. He warned him, and he obviously
didn't listen. But look, it's crazy how we... look, imagine his poor father, look, his father and his wife's family.
He has a son who was the absolute image of him. But I watched an interview with his son on a YouTube channel that I follow called a fella called Chris Van Vliet. And very good. He does a lot of really good wrestler interviews. Just very interesting. Highly recommend him. Anyone listen to this, give him a follow. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll thoroughly enjoy it. But he had a really good interview with your man.
Yeah. And
Chris Van Vliet had with David Benoit.
Oh, really?
And David Benoit was also on Chris Jericho's podcast a while ago as well.
Oh, right.
And there was a story that David told. And it was the first time he got to talk about properly on a public, the whole thing in a public platform. And it seems to me, it's like he's getting blamed on what his dad done. That's wrong.
Really?
It's Darren, it's sad.
Well, you can't do that.
It's sad. But see, I know he wants to be a wrestler. He wants to train to be a wrestler.
But he probably won't because of...
He wanted, but the thing is that he did do a bit of training and stuff, and Jericho encouraged him and said he'd actually help him out.
That's good.
And train him. Because you have to remember who knows, who would know Chris better than Chris Jericho. Like who would know Chris Benoit better? Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
they wrestled each other. They travelled down the highways and byways.
That's nice when they give him put his hand out. And
he's gonna put his hand out and basically his seal of approval.
A fair play to him. That's good that he's doing that. But see, that just goes to show you if his own friends don't remember Chris Benoit as the person of what he done, he is not that person.
No.
Do you get me? Like,
yeah. There was something William Regal said.
You manga.
Yeah, sorry, what was it? No, but there was something I remember that William Regal said, and you know what, I agree with him 100%. I like to remember Benoit up until the last 2 to 3 days of his life.
And that's because of
what he done. Yeah. You can't. It's not. I'm sorry, but one of the best to ever fucking get into that ring and lace up a pair of fucking boots. But I can't condone what he done to Nancy and Daniel Benoit.
That wasn't him though. No matter what people say, people can blame him. Yeah. But that's when you're not in the right frame of mind. That isn't that's not the person his wife fell in love with.
But tell that. But yeah, I know what you mean. But tell that to the families. You know what I mean?
Do you want one? Obviously, then.
No, of course they're not. Of course they're not. It's not a black and white situation. There's a load of grey area there, and as I said about the young fella, Daniel.
I'd love to know if Benoit's family, like the mother and father, are they still alive?
The father's still alive. I'm aware of
his wife's mother and father. I wonder are they still alive? I'd love to know if would his father and her mother and father. Would they talk?
I couldn't tell you.
Interesting to see if...
I couldn't tell you, but I think it was in that interview with your man Chris Van Vliet, he spoke about... Now, as I said, I seen this interview, it was a couple of months ago, so my memory's a bit sketchy because obviously I didn't know we were going to go this deep into it. If I'd have known that, I would have obviously had to listen back. But I think it was Nancy Benoit's sister, I think it was. I don't know if it definitely wasn't a funeral, but I think it was a while afterwards. I think they all met up or something like that, or something. I could be wrong, but Nancy's sister gave David a big hug and told him, "Listen, it's not your fault."
Fair play.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the right thing to do, though, isn't it?
And you just kind of lost it. Like, you know what I mean? Of course you would.
It's nasty. He has to live with that.
Yeah.
You know,
And it doesn't help that he's the absolute image of him.
Yeah.
Like, he's the ringer from him. If I showed you a picture, I'd be like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but see, isn't that sad that
That
he
doesn't
had
help,
such a
like,
great career,
yeah,
and people just remember him for the
last 2 to 3 days of his life.
And it's sad, and he shouldn't
Like,
be
there's a
remembered
whole
like that.
debate online about the whole thing. Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Should he be in the Hall of Fame? I don't agree.
Did he wrestle three days before he done that?
No, he didn't. But just what he done, just null and void everything that he done. It's terrible. It's terrible. There's a part of me, but it's just Paul Heyman would be the same as myself.
I don't agree.
And the reason why he said that, because Nancy was a really good friend of his. Because you have to remember, Nancy worked in ECW back in the mid '90s as a manager. Now, like, as a valet manager.
I wonder why he killed her.
He,
I know he lost it. I know.
When he was, like, you have to remember, right? There was a lot of turmoil and infighting in that relationship. Anyway, I mean, I think at one stage before that, she had a restraining order against him and everything. Like, there's a lot of
so
stuff.
it was a reoccurrence. It wasn't just like he flipped the lid once and done that. And
no, but I don't think he went to that extreme. I think that was just he just went psycho.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but I think I heard he shot himself. Did he? Or
No.
did he hung himself?
He hung himself using, you know, like a weight machine in the gym, like I put, like, say, for doing like tricep dips and stuff, or like tricep pulls and extensions. Sorry. He basically used a weight. He basically put the steel thing around his neck and then put on the highest weight and basically let it go, and he was found by whoever came into the house. I think it was local law enforcement or whatever it was. Yeah,
that's tough.
I think it was actually it was a neighbour, woman, a neighbour actually, yeah, who had a spare key, because I think it was one of the staff from WWE, because obviously Benoit was always at the events, and even if he was injured, he was always at the events, whether to help out or give advice to younger wrestlers or whatever it was, right?
He just wasn't there.
He never hit no-showed, and David Hart Smith, British Bulldog son, who was under contract with WWE at the time, found it very strange, because he talked about it in an interview as well. He said, you know, when he heard, you know, Benoit didn't show up, family emergency, and David was like, Harry Smith. Where did I get David Hart Smith from? Harry Smith, sorry. He was straight away. He was like, something's wrong.
Yeah,
something's wrong.
He's out spidey senses.
Something's wrong. You have to remember, he would have trained in the Hard Dungeon, where Chris would have trained as well. You see, in Canada, so he knew him.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean, it was like Benoit was like a second father to him. Do you know what I mean?
Look, it's nuts, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah, it's
and
just...
I want, like, see, I kind of, I was around after he died, is when I stopped really watching the wrestling.
Yeah.
Like The Rock, Stone Cold, and all that.
Yeah, see, when you watched it with me, that was kind of Attitude Era, kind of early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Raw is War and all
Raw
that.
Raw is War, yeah.
Like
music and all. Love it.
I wonder what he done to the wife. Did he...
He was supposed to smother or choke her out, like, or whatever it was.
That's fucking tough. But then I can kind of understand where you don't want him in the Hall of Fame.
See what I mean?
I understand.
You can't defend that, Darren. You can't I'm sorry, but I cannot defend that. The greatest respect for his accomplishments.
I think his son should try and make a career for himself out in wrestling and get himself to the Hall of Fame. And do the right way. But and don't make the same mistake his dad made.
Now the thing is, though, right?
But then you're gonna have people. He wants to be like his dad, or
it's gonna happen. Yeah. That's gonna happen. Listen, there's gonna be people like, even if he did just by some absolute miracle, right? That David Benoit, got properly trained. I think he was doing a bit of training, but I don't think he's actually finished the training. I could be wrong, as of when this is released up on YouTube. But from what I'm aware of so far, he has some training underneath his belt, but you need to train further, right? But I reckon, as I said, in a perfect world, he trains, he does the indies, he gets his experience, he gets scouted by WWE, and by some miracle he gets a contract.
Hopefully. It'd be nice, wouldn't
It would be nice. It would be nice for David, but I think it's just, and it's not his fault. It's a terrible thing, but I just think that WWE wouldn't touch him.
Really?
Because of the fact. It's terrible. I know it is terrible. I think it's terrible, but
it's nasty though, isn't it?
But see, they don't want any association with anything to do with Chris Benoit. You know what I mean? I know, it is unfair. But come here, it's Vince McMahon we're talking about here, so he lives by his own rules.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to tell him fucking no?
That's
you know what I mean?
It's not fair.
I know it's not fair. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just stating the fact.
But like when you think about, I know what you're
saying.
When you think about if somebody, right,
But see, WWE isn't the only show in town though either, so.
Yeah, and
he'd make a mint in Japan.
If I was him, I'd try and go out with myself and start up my own thing.
You go to AEW. Chris Jericho's fucking big in with AEW.
Maybe that's what Chris Jericho.
All elite wrestling, yeah.
Give him a little nudge, elbow.
Yeah, give him the rub. In the business we call that giving the rub. Yeah. You know what I mean? Giving them that superstar rub, and not the pervy rub like you making stupid sexy faces at me and all. Story, Danny, Story mutts. But we only talked about Eddie a little bit. What we'll do is right. We'll cap it off. Eddie Guerrero's story. Basically, he had, his drug problems, and but what happened was he was under contract with WWE at the time, and he was basically fired. Yeah. Because he wasn't, I think he was supposed to be in rehab, he didn't go to his rehabs and whatever, so he was basically, listen, you're on your own. But obviously Eddie went off, like obviously he was separated from Vicky at the time, and because I read his biography and stuff, and it was a sad state of affairs. Yeah, he was even he tried to kill himself and everything at one stage. Do you know what I mean? Poor fucker. Or like, I don't mean like taking tablets, but like driving and when they're under the influence and that type of thing, just... He just didn't care. Self-destructive behaviour, But he got himself together though. And then he does, God love him. But that's what I'm saying. He went back in the gym. He trained like, this is what he said himself. I was trained like Rocky Balboa, like listening to Eye the Tiger, and he's very religious. You know what I mean, Eddie. So he was all like, I have God in my corner, and nothing can stop me. But his attitude was, I won't stay sober forever, but if I can stay sober for the day, that's great. That's a good way of looking at it though, isn't it? Taking it day by day by day. That's the great way to do it. But that's what it was. Anyway, he got himself back into shape. Best shape I've ever seen him in, obviously. But got himself a couple of indie bookings, and then WWE seen him again. I was like, hold on. Yeah. He's back on the scene. He's looking good. He's looking very good. And one of his first matches back was an IC title match with Rob Van Dam around kind of mid 2002. RVD. Yeah. I watched him on a thing, Be Real from Cypress Hill. This thing called the Smoke Box, and he was on it, and he's having a smoke. He was, yeah. Mr. 420 himself. But he had a fucking absolute barnstormer match with RVD, like, and that was real, like, he's back. And then obviously he rose like a phoenix from the flames, and 2 years later he was WWE champion. That's deadly. I'm actually getting goosebumps. That's a deadly story though. I'm after getting goosebumps. You should make a film about him. I'm telling you. Do you know what? I know people don't want to say it, but they could also make a film about Benoit as well. It's funny you should mention that, because this was a couple of years ago now. But did you ever hear the actor Liev Schreiber? I heard of that name. Liev Schreiber. I'm trying to think of something you'd know, man. He's in a lot of things. He was in... He's in... I think he played Sabretooth in one of the Marvel... Wolverine Marvel films or something. Liev Schreiber. You'd know him. Dark-haired fella. Kind of... Bit stubbly, funny enough. But the only thing, I was looking at him, he doesn't have Benoit's body shape, though. No. So obviously that's a couple of years ago. That fell through, but there was supposed to be a film, obviously not sponsored by WWE or any association with WWE, but it's supposed to be called Crossface, the Chris Benoit story. That was the Crossface. Crossface. Yeah. Yeah. Now the thing is though, like, I know you're saying, did he kill his wife and his kid using the crossface? I think that's just people being fucking horrible cunts. I think that too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that happened. I think he did. He obviously did kill them. But people are like, he used the move. I'm like, fuck off, lads. Yeah, fuck off. Seriously, give it over.
But
Stop
if he
being an
did
arse.
do-
Stop being a tick.
If he did do that, that's dark.
Yeah, well, he killed him anyway, so it's dark regardless. But it's the kind of the insult to injury, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dark, but that's fucking.
Yeah,
dark.
no, I think that's just people being fucking just horrible cunts. But yeah, I'll just finish off with Eddie there. R.I.P. Eddie. He's missed every single day. Like I'm not messing when he died. It was like losing a family member.
Yeah, because you watched him for so long.
I watched him since he came into WWE when he was with the Radicals. What's he? Dave Malenko, Perry Saturn. Remember Perry Saturn?
I do actually.
Baldy fella, tanned. He was homeless for a while.
No way.
Perry Saturn, he had a very bad drug problem, and poor fucker. Now he was meant to get himself together, but he has some motor, kind of malfunction. They say his motor neuron, something to do with his brain or something. But again, he's another former ECW alumni who would have took a lot of fucking unprotected chair shots.
Yeah, that's Andy.
Do you know what I mean?
Down.
Oh, they were coming from the whole real is better kind of mentality, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
You get no thanks for it though. You don't get any thanks for it.
I mean, anytime I was wrestling and somebody kind of, if you're in kind of like a hardcore match or any sort of ladder match or whatever, I'm always getting the hand up.
Yeah.
I'm always getting the hand up because the way I look at it is you can, quote unquote, look like you're trying to block it, like, you know what I mean? So it kind of works in the narrative of the match, like, you know what I mean? So I don't understand, even just kind of get a little sly hand up last minute, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
tuck the head in,
There's
ways, because obviously I'm originally come from a boxing background, so my natural instinct is to guard myself.
Yeah,
get the guard up, so
you can do it in a way where you pull away at the same time it's hitting you. Do you get me? With your hand, like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, go with the like the way you'd roll with the punch.
Yeah.
But if it's a steel, not a steel board, if it's like it's not a steel board, there's no such thing as that. But a wooden board. We used to use wooden breadboards. I'm giving you a little sneak peek behind the corner here. Do you remember the breadboards that you hold pans of bread in?
Because it's tin.
It's the tin, right? But see, did you ever notice on the outside you have the rim?
Yeah.
Rimming. But you'd have the whole thing like that. But we turn upside down and hit them. We'd hit each other with the part that the bread goes on, because when you'd hit them, the frame on the outside it would go through, so I look like you've been framed.
Oh yeah.
I did that in a match with Lycan, aka Darren Cullen. Big shout out to Darren Cullen, by the way. I did one on him, and he saw it. Well, he said he sold it, but I think I might have got him for real, poor fucker. But he trust me, he gave it back to me. But I heard him and he was framed, going around, dizzy, selling and shit around his neck and stuff like that. It was deadly. But just kind of going back on that, there's people that are like, listen, if you want to fight for real, do mixed martial arts or boxing. You know what I mean? I don't want to turn around and say, oh, wrestling's all fake and all, whatever. It's not fake. It's scripted. It's predetermined. It's definitely not fake. tell me back and tell me so I had to get that's fake.
Yeah, but see,
you know what I mean?
That's like, it'd be like people saying acting is fake.
Like Game of Thrones is fake.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're acting. It's not that it's fake. They're real jumps off the top ropes. They're real chop shot getting.
Exactly.
Do you know, like?
They're fucking real, are they?
So,
sure. A prime another one, right? People get injured in films all the time.
Yeah.
There's the Fourth Conan film, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think it was they were doing it because obviously he had to do his own stunts because there was nobody his size.
Yeah,
there was nobody his size, so he had to learn on the job and learn not only to learn how to act, learn how to be.
That would have been tough for him though.
1980 or 81, I think it was.
Would have been about £200 at that stage.
I think he got himself down to 210. He had to tone it down because he was doing, like the sword. We learned how to sword fight. So in order to do the form, like swinging the sword around and stuff, you'd have to kind of tone down the muscle because he was when he competed, he was £240.
It was 17.5.
I don't.
245.
240 is around 17.
Yeah,
it's not around 17 stone. Yeah, 245 is around 17.5. Yeah, it was in or around. So 210 is what. 13, 14.
That's not bad.
Oh, is
15,
that
around 15.
About 15 stone, sorry. I stand corrected. But like he had to tone down, take a lot of muscle off so he could flow much better when he was doing his sword fighting and stuff. Not for the scene, so it looked good on screen. So he didn't look all jerky and choppy and
he done really well, didn't he?
Yeah, I know the gas thing was about him. He told me he'd never be lead man because of his thick accent and his body. Nobody wants to, yeah. And then Conan came along, and well,
Sure, is he still the governor of?
no,
or
he's
not?
gone out that years now.
Is he?
Jeez,
Yeah, that's what I'm up. That's how much up here.
Sure, yeah. Sure, that's sure. How would you think he was able to go back into films and stuff?
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually,
Because his, he's finished. His term as governor of California was over. I think it was. I'm not sure if it's the same as America, where it's like 2 terms, like 4 years each, 8 years altogether. I'm not sure how that is, but I was gonna say something. Don't want to lose my train of thought there. What we were saying something about before that, Ernie. No, what's the before Ernie? No, yeah, we were just saying about like injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, listen, that can happen anywhere, not just in wrestling. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to leave it there.
Yeah, that's it.
I think we're gonna have to leave it there. Yeah,
an hour and a half. Nice.
it's a nice hour and a half there. Do you know what? I'm gonna listen back to this and I'm gonna be like, oh, bollocks, should have talked about that. No.
Yeah, it can happen.
But John, listen, we're an hour and a half.
It is what it is.
We're an hour and a half into this, so listen, we're gonna leave yous. We're gonna love yous. We're gonna say good night. God bless.
God is love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
At the Smell Me Helmet podcast. Peace.